Hello, welcome to another edition of the Alter Confusion Hangout. I am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the flippant cover himself, Zelius.
Yeah, what's up down in the warm Atlanta?
Okay, so in Atlantean terms, it's not really warm. In
Oh,
Minnesotan terms, it's springtime.
actually today outside it was like 49 degrees. It was rather gorgeous.
That's like
Uh,
39 here.
Wait, what is it right now? It's 45 degrees right now.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can beat you.
I already told you what it is here, yo.
No, I'm trying to. Hold on,
What?
weather. Give me the weather for Atlanta.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Atlanta! Weather! 44.
Ha! Wait, no, I see 46 for you.
Depends on where you're looking.
Okay, this is true. I'm looking at weather underground.
Well, it also depends on. Are you choosing Atlanta? Because that's the temperature in Dunwoody.
Hell if I know. I'm not.
All right.
I don't care that much.
Okay. Well, anyways,
Maybe I
ladies.
should choose the site of the new Atlanta Stadium or the new ballpark for
Oh,
the.
lordy, 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 lordy.
What a clusterfuck, yo!
When is something in Atlanta not a clusterfuck?
You know, it's kind of funny because I was reading an internet post. It was, forum people were talking about Atlanta,
Mhm.
and that was like the most favorite comment was basically something along the lines of what you just said. Like, when is anything in Atlanta not just a screw up? That's how we do things.
I would like to draw everyone's attention to the wonderful thing called the Georgia 400. A toll booth that was built to basically pay for the road. Now, of
Okay,
course,
makes sense so far.
okay, but here's the thing. They did not factor in how much money they truly needed because we, as people who go through Atlanta, the individuals who've hit that toll booth, they've had the amount of money to cover the road forever. But
But
here's the problem. Um, they had to raise the money to knock down the toll booth.
I
So
already
they
got.
need an additional $10.5 million to do it. So to which I say, I may not have my license, but you give me half of that, I will borrow a bulldozer and I will rip the shit out of everything there.
No, aren't they actually getting close to being able to actually tear it down?
They're in the process, and by process they put the cones up, and they're still taking
That's
tolls.
Hey, that's like a year project right there just to put the code. That's pretty, that's pretty big time when it comes to Atlanta, highway city workers.
I know, I
They're,
know,
they're good for like a week, man. That's pretty intensive stuff.
I know, I know. I would like to do a quick shout out to my friend Devin. I don't know if he's actually watching this, but he did come into possession of one PlayStation 4 this evening. So, congratulations to Devin, being one of the lucky few that has it. I'll be very interested to see how the experience is. I may eventually get a PlayStation 4, but of course, I have pre ordered the Xbox One. The new release date for me is like anywhere from, I think it's like November 23rd to December 19th.
Whew, that's quite the variety, yo.
It's coming sometime.
So couldn't you have like, pre-order from say like GameStop or Walmart or something have like really got it on day one?
Technically, yes, but I think that when I pre-ordered, I was already late for the launch day anywhere
Gotcha. Okay.
because I didn't pre-order until June.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just gonna wait for the dust to settle, see what actually happens, what crazy new policies might take effect in the next month or two that
Right.
nobody anticipated.
There's always crazy stuff happening.
Exactly. Maybe there's gonna be a green ring of death this time. Who knows?
Green Ring of Death. That would be interesting.
Maybe they can make it multicolored, make it interesting.
Uh,
So
all right,
yeah.
let's jump into some news here real quick. First of all, let's talk about some good stuff, and then we'll talk about the shady shit. Okay?
Ooh, ooh, the shit is shit. That's like a good name for like a punk band. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So to start off, first of all, if you've never played the game FTL on your PC, you need to fucking play it. I mean, it is
Faster than light.
yeah, faster than light.
Is that what the game stands for?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
It is a fun game. You basically build your. I mean, you have your spaceship, and you try to like battle all your bad guys and like upgrade your ship and whatnot. Well, the group behind FTL, um, they have decided they're going to do an expansion, but it's going to be free. And
Okay.
so it's going to give you new weapons and effects, new sectors, events. They're going to give you a hacking system built into that, mind control system. Um, I'm excited. I mean, it's not coming until next year, early next year. And then, of course, when they do this, they're also going to be dropping the iPad version. But I really enjoyed FTL when I picked it up through Steam. You can get through Steam or through their own website.
With no DRM attached, I see.
Correct. So it's a great game.
Do you now? Do you have this like on your PC or on the iPad? Because I see there's an iPad version available.
Okay, the iPad version is not available yet.
Early 2014. Huh.
Right, right. When they release this expansion, which they're calling FTL the Advanced Edition, which anyone who's previously got FTL will automatically get updated to it. And if you wait until the new version, you of course get the brand new version.
Charlie,
Yeah,
I need to stop taking your damn suggestions for video games.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, I know I'm doing tomorrow on my day off.
It's an amazing game. It has some roguelike attributes to it that make the game infinitely playable.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, awesome. Highly, if you haven't checked out this game yet, you need to check it out.
I'm doing it right now. Right this
there
moment.
you go. Check it out right now.
See you, dude. I'm gonna go play.
Okay, so that's some great news. Some other interesting, I don't want to say great news, but some very interesting news is the fact that Blizzard has decided to launch 2 new games. The first of which is a digital card game, and I know not a lot of people are like, I don't know, but there is also another game that is going to be in the MOBA style. Now, I don't know too much information about it because I focused in on the digital card game, and I should have done my research on both of them. I apologize. I'll correct that quite soon. Here, I'll write it down right now so that I don't forget. But they're creating a MOBA game.
Another mobile game. Good gosh.
It is. I don't know what it is. It's got to be something in the air. I mean, if you've been on the website, you have noticed that we did put up some information about a new MOBA that's coming out called Dawn Gate. And of course, in Atlanta, we have a local company that has a very successful MOBA that continues to pick up traction. That, of course, is Smite. Though from what I apologize to all of the North American gamers, but apparently the North American the best North American team of Smite got the fucking shit kicked out of them by some Asian team. So I'm sorry. We need to work harder. We need to start.
Man, they got the click. I forgot what that term is. Like clicks per minute or something.
Oh god, yeah.
Keystrokes per minute. It's like ridiculous what they can do.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, but anyways, I mean, there's a shit ton of MOBAs out there, and there's always going to be. I mean, you got Dota 2, you got League of Legends, and of course you've got Smite. Those are the 3 really big ones right now. And now, of course, you're also seeing a bunch of other companies going, "Oh, we could do that too." So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, Blizzard usually knows what the hell they're doing, so I kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I think it's going to have to be something that just blows my socks off, because the one thing about Blizzard that does bother gamers is the fact that when it's done, which is beautiful in its own, in its own way, because that means you're going to get a solid product. But also, if it takes as long as like a StarCraft 2, the whole MOBA movement could be gone.
Yeah.
Like 2 years removed. So we'll see what happens with that.
Well, and here's the other question too, because
yes,
one of the things that's happened with World of Warcraft over the years is, and this is kind of one of the complaints I've seen about it, is they've kind of dummied it down over the years.
Right.
some of that uniqueness among classes and races, it's all been very streamlined. So, and it's obviously worked because it's the most successful MMO ever by far.
Yep.
So kind of the same thing with the MMO, and it's always the opposite. Like Dota 2 is like pretty complicated version of Dota. So I wonder if Blizzard might be the opposite, where they're gonna basically be like, this is the easy Care Bear version of Dota.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That would be very interesting to see. I guess we'll have to wait. I, of course, will be. I'll circle back and write something up so that we at least have something on the website about this MOBA from Blizzard. Now, of course, let's get into the controversial, maybe slightly shady stuff that has been going down. And that, of course, is Sony updating their terms of service agreement for all Sony Entertainment products. I got to see this terms of service on my PlayStation 3 yesterday when I had to update it. But basically, they're saying you must not lease, rent, sublicense, publish, modify, adapt, or translate any portion of the software. What software are we talking about? I'm assuming the iOS, but I don't know.
That's my assumption too. But
okay, so here's the next part, 7.1 in the terms of service. You must not resell either disk-based software or software downloads unless expressly authorized by us and if the publisher is another company, additionally by the publisher. Now, what is considered disk-based software or software downloads? Now, if software downloads for me, I immediately go to the digital download system of a PC or an Xbox Live Arcade or PlayStation Network. It's basically a one-time thing. You install it on your hard drive. It's attached to your specific profile. You can't lend it out to a friend.
So that's already kind of standard for not
right,
being
absolutely.
rented.
But
So
this disk-based software, this is what makes me wonder. Now, I have to fully admit that I'm not surprised that they changed this. And there was a rumor that basically started from day one about when all this, manufacturers and publishers fighting against used game sales. One of the biggest things was that Sony was rumored to basically follow this prototype, okay? And of course, I don't know for sure if this is the truth, if this is what going to end up happening or not. But the rumors basically started with this. Let's say that I have a PlayStation 4 and Celius has a PlayStation 4. I play, I don't know, Dark Knight Returns.
I like the sound of that. I would like to borrow your game.
Okay. So I play Dark Knight Returns on, right? Okay, and then I give my disc to Zelius. Now the rumor states that Zelius could put that disc into his system, but it would automatically trigger a demo mode for that game, and then a pop-up box that would say, if you want full access to the game, please pay X amount of money. Now, of course, the Sony's response is absolutely legendary. And I say that because they didn't answer the question. What they said is, as we announced at E3, consumers will be able to sell or share the PlayStation 4 disc products. It's in nowhere in that sentence does it say that we're going to allow you to play a used game. Shit, yeah. I could sell you a bunch of crap that doesn't work. I mean, I could sell you my car and take out the engine.
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like Sony is leaving them space where, say, once they've got past launch, maybe 2 years down the road, EA's like, you know what? We don't want people to sell our games. Or we want to, do the online pass type of thing, or, something like that with our games. This kind of leaves that door open for that to happen down the road. Is what it seems like to me.
Right. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that we're going to have to wait that amount of time. I think that this is probably going to be something that almost ultimately gets truly found out within the next 3 months. I think that we're truly going to see where it really sits as all the publishers start rolling out their games. I mean, yes, there is a very fine selection of launch titles, but I want to see when all the publishers have had a chance to put their game on there. If this, and I'm just going to call it a loophole for now, is going to be used by the publishers because basically what Sony doesn't want to turn out to be the bad guy, but at the same time, they're not saying that the publishers can't stop you from playing their games.
So it's
Sony
the
won't.
publisher's fault.
Absolutely. Well, of course. At the end of the day, publishers want to make their money, and I totally understand to a degree. I think that the world would probably be from an independent developer standpoint, state of view. I would love for publishers to go bye bye because they basically hold all the money. Now, of course, there is a shit ton of benefit from having a publisher, so I can't say just go away because they help create some amazing things. Now, of course, before I go too far on my rant, I believe that publishers are now.
You know how I feel about publishers.
Okay, so publishers have their own issues, and if you want to hear all about that, come find me at MomoCon, at AndoCon, at MonsterCon, at Canuga, RoundCon, Siege, and DragonCon.
I think it was about 2 months ago. We had a pretty spirited debate about the merits of publishers.
Yes, true. But if you really want, I mean, if you really want to get the in-depth hour and a half of Charlie basically on a soapbox, go to any of those 7 conventions, and you're going to find out exactly what I'm talking about. Or if you find me somewhere else, I'll more than likely tell you. Now, let me say this real quick. I am doing 2 panels hopefully at every single convention that I'm going to. I've submitted for 2 panels, at least at MomoCon and Canuga, and I will continue to submit these 2 panels. The first one, of course, is the destruction of the game industry as we know it. The second one, after much thinking and a lot of reflection on all my soapboxing that I do,
Publishers, A+.
is so you just completed your game and you think you're done. That's the name of the title. Because let's be honest, a lot of independent developers don't have the wherewithal to figure out that making the game is only a third of the fight to make your game a success.
Okay, let me ask you a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so obviously you have these panels, right? And you
Yes,
want
sir.
people to go to your panels, because who doesn't, right?
Yep.
Do you think that there's enough indie developers who come to these cons who are going to want to attend a panel along those lines? Like, is the potential audience going to be large enough for a panel such as that?
Yes. To be honest with you, one of the biggest or interesting things that happened was at MonsterCon, Jesse and I were kind of forced to do a second panel to get the free ride and whatever for MonsterCon. So we did how to get into the game industry, and about half of the people who attended it thought it was more of how to really make your mark in the industry as an independent. So I think as long as we successfully get the word out that we're doing this and that it would benefit you, the independent developer, to attend, I think that we could probably pack the house better than we could for the destruction of the game industry as we know it.
Right on, right on.
So, yeah.
You could go on the circuit as a motivational speaker for indie developers.
I wouldn't say motivational speaker. I would basically say like a life coach type of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, I mean,
Alter Confusion, altering your career moves.
Altering your vision for the future.
There you go.
Anyways, okay, so yeah, there's some shady stuff going on with Sony.
We just found a way to monetize Alter Confusion.
Tell me about it. But at the end of the day, if I can't monetize Alter Confusion, I'm still going to do it. So it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, but then you can quit your stupid day job.
If anybody's listening, my day job is not stupid.
You do seem to have fun at it, from what I hear.
Yeah. Anyways, excuse me. So we'll see what happens with the Sony thing. I think that we'll really see the full extent of this new verbiage in the terms of service once all the publishers truly, or all when you get a solid library starting to build on the PlayStation 4.
And potentially, who knows what kind of crazy shit Microsoft could still pull in the next month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Microsoft sometimes knows how to screw fans over from time to time.
True.
Granted, we both probably have more faith in Microsoft than Sony as far as the gaming console at least goes.
Yes.
As long as they, fix their whole heatsink problem.
Yeah. You can't put the heatsink right underneath the video card. I mean,
I hope they've learned their lesson on this generation. One would hope so.
One could only hope. Hold on one sec. Let me make sure. Okay, good. Hi, Rose.
Rose is bored. She's like, come pay attention to me.
Okay, so shit. What was I gonna say?
Oh no, you're probably ranting about something.
I'm sure I was.
I lose track.
Okay, let me tell you about some of the games I've been playing recently. Of course, I continue to play the preview version of Blackguards, and I have to say that it is a little bit rough around the edges, and there's definitely room for improvement. But then again, this is a preview version, and I can physically see the placeholders that are in there. So I got to give them the benefit of the doubt at this point. Now, of course, in the future, if it doesn't vastly improve, I think that we're going to have issues. It is a very Dungeons and Dragons game. The only difference is instead of like a tile-based turn-based strategy battlefield, it is a hex. It is a hex field. They have the 1d6 plus 4 weapons. The one thing that really pisses me off is that the total weight for your inventory includes all the stuff that your characters are currently. So you share a common inventory, but the encumbrance focuses on the combined total of what's in your inventory plus what everyone's wearing.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I barely have anything in my inventory because apparently I'm wearing like 5-inch steel plate on all my characters or something. I can't carry very much in my inventory.
Do you have lead greaves?
No. And the weird thing is I find this interesting. It does have an infinite size of inventory as long as your items are small. I mean, you can have. I think I got up to like 3 pages worth of inventory, and they were all small items or whatever. But now I'm like 1.5 pages, and I'm like hitting the limit. So I'm a little bit frustrated about that. I'm trying to think what else. The story is a little weird. I do like the fact that you can pick up a sub quest and you can advance the story a good chunk and then go back and complete that previous quest by just going up the map. Yeah, it has potential. Let's just say that. It definitely.
So it's not a go out and buy a game yet.
Okay. So if you get the early access, which at this point, unless you are a turn-based RPG, huge nut fan connoisseur, love D&D and all the numbers and stuff, I would hold off. This game definitely has room for improvement. Now, that being said, I think that this game, if it's done right to completion, would be worth your money.
Right on.
So we'll see. Another game that I just finished reviewing. It's unfortunate that this gentleman kind of foobarred it on launch. It's called Cargo Carry. It's for your Android device. It's basically a how far can you get game where you're driving a vehicle from the start line to either you crash, you lose your cargo, or you run out of fuel. But
either one, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's the thing is, it has that piece that makes me keep coming back, but there's just these itty bitty little things that frustrate the shit out of me and are broken to the point where I'm like, it's not a good game. I mean, it is, but it isn't. So it got a 5.7. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you
Ooh.
that. Now, of course, as soon as I posted that, an individual added their game um, onto the Facebook comments, and it's the exact same fucking game. So I'm curious to see if like this is like a cookie cutter like project studio that this is one of the demos, and then literally you just I don't know you change like small things out because it's the same. I mean the vehicles look different, but the gas pedal, the brake pedal, the fuel boxes, the HUD configuration, it looks identical, and the
Huh.
game mechanics are identical. So
Interesting.
yeah. So if I end up reviewing this other guy's game, he's already gonna get points taken off because it's not original to me. Now, if even if he released it before this guy, the guy who did Cargo Crash or whatever Carry Cargo, whatever the hell the game is, um, I played that one first,
Yep.
and so it's going to affect the grade of any game down the line.
Makes
We'll
sense.
see. Another game that I did play, it's by Madfinger Studios, I think. This Madfingers, of course, is the people behind Shadowgun, which was on the Ouya. They also have a thriving franchise called Dead Trigger, and this one is Dead Trigger 2. I really got into Dead Trigger 2. The first two continents that you go for the story, you got some side missions, and then it stops. What the fuck? I mean, I understand that they want the ability to, you know, grow the game, but in my opinion, there's not. I mean, it looks gorgeous, but there's not enough game here to keep me satisfied at
Hmm.
all. I got through like the U.S. Okay, so you're U.S. You go to the U.S. and you go to Africa. The U.S. piece is like short as shit, and then you go over to Africa. In Africa's story, it gets a little complicated, but you still boom 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 boom, you're done. And then in Africa, there's also this thing where you have these cities, these African cities that you and everybody else who's playing Dead Trigger are going to go in a single player mode and kill zombies, and then your total of killed zombies gets added to the total of everyone else's, and once the magic numbers hit, then you get an extra little bonus. So they have that replayability, and of course, I think they have like three different game modes, and they rotate the three on that city. Um, but I don't know. It's missing something. There's just not enough there for me to say, oh, you got to get this game. Because okay, yes, if you want to discount the fact it is a free to play game, okay, so that is one of my pet peeves. Okay, if you want to go the free to play game route, still make a solid game. Don't be like, well, since it's free to play, let's put out what should be just like a fourth of the game. Let's put it out as a full game, and everybody will be fine because it's free.
Who doesn't like free games? It's
Well, I
free,
mean,
man. It's
well,
free.
in both these two games that I've played, both on the Nexus 7, they do have a microtransaction model built into it so that you can unlock, in Dead Trigger 2, it's gold coins, so that you can speed up production or upgrade your bomb maker, your medic, your weaponsmith, all that stuff.
Yep.
And then in the cargo carry, it just gives you more coins to upgrade your vehicle, unlock other levels, unlock different vehicles, that kind of stuff. Now, one of the biggest problems with cargo carry, the one that I gave 5.72, was that the enhancements, the upgrades to the vehicles, I think actually made the game more difficult for me. I don't know why, but like when I barely had any upgrades on my vehicle, I was able to go over 1,000 yards or meters every single time. But then when I maxed out my car, I'm lucky if I get to 600.
Like it's so much faster.
It doesn't look much faster,
Hmm.
but like I upgraded my engine, my fuel. Oh, the fuel runs really fucking fast, even at complete capacity. I don't see any difference in any part of this game. It actually feels like it's like regressing as you upgrade. I don't. And here's the really funny part. Um, I'm actually better with the shittiest vehicle on the hardest level than I am on the easiest level.
Well, that's
Because
why.
on because apparently, well, the thing is, when you're pumping down the gas and you're using, I think it's like a go kart or like a Pinewood Derby type of thing, that you basically start going so fast that your nose starts picking up. But in the hardest level, you can't go all that fast, so you're just kind of putt putting. So it's very slow, and you can. The way I lose every single time is I lose my cargo. And the thing that infuriates me the most is the fact that I upgraded the shit out of my cargo holder to hold in the cargo right off the bat because I wanted to get further.
Yep.
There is no fucking difference. In fact, like I said, I feel like it's even worse. Now, the ironic thing is, I will say this. When I first started playing, one of the biggest issues that this game has immediately is when you have your starting vehicle. Let's say that this is basically the starting area. Okay, so this is the ground. For some reason, they've loaded the vehicle right here above the ground, so it bumps, and so almost automatically until you get to, I think there's like 9 upgrades for the cargo holder. Until you got to like 4, right at the beginning, you lost one of your 2 pieces of cargo every single time.
Nice.
Yeah. So check it out if you want to. The guy, like I said, he foobarred it on the initial release. Actually, it would probably been beneficial for everyone to get the initial release because there was a coin bug, and so I have infinite money.
Ooh, nice.
Now, of course, I'm sure they'll override it, and I'll be back down to 0. But I am
Buy
locked.
everything before it's too late, man.
I know. So we'll see. But anyways, yeah. Celius, what have you been playing?
Defiance.
I have slightly been playing Defiance.
Slightly.
Right.
Well, you played quite a bit. You have a reason not to maybe play it as much as I have. But
I somehow gained the title of Insomniac.
that's probably from
The extra life thing, I think.
thank you.
Or maybe it was just the simple fact that I started on one day and literally with like an hour break kept going.
No, because they posted on their announcements that they're going to give special titles to extra life players.
Right.
So they must know somehow that you're extra life. So they get did you have to pay to play the game, or did they give you the free license?
No, they gave me the free license.
Yeah, so because they gave you the free license, they knew that you're. I keep on thinking of Child's Play, which I
Right.
know is a thing, but it's different. But whatever.
Right.
So Extra Life, they gave you that title. So now I'm playing it. The one thing that annoys me about Defiance is the mobs get just a tad bit repetitive after a while. You know, there's not a lot of variation between the mobs that you fight. You know, you see the same freaking like,
Raiders.
punk raiders for like 5 straight hours, and then they get a little bit various, but they become the 99 raiders now.
No, the 99ers.
Or
Not the
99
Raiders. They're not Raiders. They're 99ers.
with like now they have black on instead of punk and mohawks. So it's
They
like
also have shields.
yeah, it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they are. Oh,
But it's,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh fuck. I took down an entire area of Volge on my own. Oh, the Volg on my own.
Damn, yo.
2 days ago.
Oh,
I was so fucking happy.
How long did that take you to do?
I think my ego rating is 521 now.
No, I mean like how like long
Oh.
like
Not too long because I kept stealthing out to regain. But I was just obliterating. I was shooting him in the face with my assault rifle.
the one that pissed me off. Okay, so you know how there's like the occasional like mini boss fights or something.
You mean the Arc Falls?
No, like in the like actual
Oh,
campaign.
yeah.
If, I don't know if you. So it's the one I don't remember what his name is. It's a raider one, of course, right?
Yep,
So you get to it, and the guy he's a rocket launcher dude. And he has
yep,
these damn little robots that kept on repairing his shield.
yeah.
And it's like, okay, blow up the robots. Well, as soon as you kill the robots, guess what spawned?
Robots.
More robots to continue healing his shield. And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? That was kind of pissing me off a little. Finally beat it, but I'm like, seriously, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, my I hate rocket launcher guys. I really do. And so I shoot them in the face.
Strife, nonstop, basically.
See, I'm not the best strifer. I'm long distance, man. I'm
Well,
always long distance.
no, the rocket launchers aren't bad because you can snipe those assholes from like far away.
Oh
It's
yeah.
the, like, it's the guys who like lob. I don't know. They're the other guys who like actual lob like little mine things like nonstop.
Well, yeah. The Raiders with the fucking grenades.
Those
Actually,
are pain in the ass.
yeah. Actually, the ones that bother me the most are those dwarf-looking guys with the fucking shields. And when you get to the elite ones, one shot from them basically takes me down to nothing. And I'm like, you
Those can be
son of a bitch.
like I'm facing anybody, any other monster, and I see those little shits. I start running backwards.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh god, run. Like I ignore everything else that's going on. I shoot only those little guys because right, those are little bastards. And all of a sudden you start dying here. It's like ha 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 next to you. I'm like, damn it, the little dwarf found me.
yep.
And then you're like, you don't know where they came from.
No, all I do is as soon as I see them, I run towards them, I chuck a grenade at their feet, and then sprint the fuck out of there.
Nice.
And I hope that the grenade takes them. Because hopefully they'll stop to try to take a shot at me. And if they do that, their grenade will do the rest. Unless it's an elite. And the elite basically says, oh, that tickles! And keeps coming after me.
Yeah, that's always nice to have.
But yeah.
Or like I found a new weapon with like some modifier,
Uh-huh.
like elemental. I don't know what the hell the elemental modifier is.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, it's a purple modifier. It must do something great. Does it zap away shields quicker? Does it kill? I'm pretty sure it kills like human flesh really quick. I think, but it's just kind of trial and error and see what happens.
Yeah, my sniper rifle has like an electrical component to it. It's from time to time, if I don't do the kill shot, you'll see that every once in a while someone's like, ah, like being shocked. I'm like, oh, cool. It shocks somebody. Yay, I think. I don't
The
know.
one thing I'm glad is enough players still play the game to make arc falls interesting.
Oh my god. Have you done not a small arc fall, but one of the big ones?
I've done the ones with the bugs.
Okay, there's so
It's like the big hell bug. Like you have to kill 4 arc falls, and then the big arc fall spawn.
yes, that one.
Yeah, I've done that. That's
Yeah, I did that one for. I haven't done it for the hell bugs. I did it for. Was it the scrappers? It's basically
I think I found the final stage for the scrappers.
Mhm.
As I got to it, it was very similar to the bug one, where you have like one humongous thing that you're killing and a bunch of little mini guys who have like 18 billion hit points.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But my only fear about the fight, and I also enjoy the Volk swarms. Those are the Volk swarms are some of the most fun I've had in the game.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But my one fear about and it's some of like the Arcful Volk swarms, and same thing like in Rift with Tryon Worlds. You know, the same thing in Rift where you have the very similar that they have is they're called rifts in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's called Rift. Where it's the same exact concept as Arcfuls and Volt Swarms, where you're all there and you go to the Rift and you kill shit to get awards, right?
Right.
My one fear in Rift, from everything I haven't played, but from everything I've read, is that's as strong and vibrant a community as ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually getting better, if anything.
Right.
Whereas Defiance, it always seems like it's like right on that teetering edge of just falling into oblivion and nobody playing it. And my fear is a game like that, if if the player base dwindles for whatever reason, it's not going to be very much fun to play. Playing playing it single player
Right.
is, I mean, it's a fun game, but it's one of those artfuls and evolves one that kind of add that extra little like, oh, this is kind of cool and fun and interesting.
There's only been one situation where there was a major arc fall and there was nobody there.
Hmm.
The majority of the time, I can at least find 4 or 5 people, bare minimum, that start it, and I'll join in, and then others will come in as well.
Yep.
Um, so I mean, I have of course gotten a little bit further than you have in the single player storyline, uh, just slightly.
Yeah.
Um, but I actually need to sit down and play some more. I felt the need to get some more Ultra Confusion stuff done, so I kind of put Defiance on the back burner. But I'm starting to feel that itch again. Um,
Although the storyline's really pissing me off right now. Okay, I don't remember the guy's name, but he's the one who knows where the arc is.
the Von Bach guy,
Yeah, and like from the first time you meet him,
dude, I want to fucking like put him in the
and
ground.
it's funny because I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking art. Like, as soon as you know he's lying, I'm
Yeah.
like, why are you taking this guy's shit and having to like run missions for him?
Oh
Just
wait. Are you talking the human or the other guy?
the other guy, the funny looking guy who has like the whiskers or some shit.
Oh, that's Varys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, Varys. He's the one because he's the one who like he knows people who know people. And as
Yeah.
soon as you let him double cross you like 5 different times.
I know.
And after the third time, it's like you know it's coming. Like as soon as you're out there, it's like, really? Are you shitting me? And it's just like, really? If you're well, you've watched Defiance now, right?
Well, I've watched. I think I've got 3 episodes left. I think.
But like if you're oh, what's the main guy's name?
Oh
Um
shit. Oh my. It's the Peacekeeper, but I can't remember his name
yeah.
now.
But he just like would have punched him in the face and made him tell the truth.
No. Okay.
I'm
Here's
like, really?
no.
Just,
Here's
oh,
an
sorry,
interesting
sorry.
little thing. In one of the episodes of Defiance,
Yeah.
um, um, that the Peacekeeper's buddy, old army buddy, comes into
Oh
town,
yeah. Yep. That was
and
good.
the army buddy, um, basically once he can't get the bounty that he was after, he's like, all right, well, I'm turning you in for stealing Varys's craft. I'm like, oh, I know who Varys is. You're a badass. You actually did something against Varys. I got so much more respect for you.
I did not remember that until now.
Yeah. So.
But that's really pissing me off in the storyline. I'm like, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, oh yeah, the Arc Matrix. It's in that mine right there. I should know. It's supposed to be mine, but bandits took it over. And then you clear out all the bandits. Goes, oh no, it wasn't there. Oh shoot, that wasn't my mine. But thanks for clearing it out. Now it can be mine.
I think that's like the last mission I actually did was that one.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Someone give me my gun. Let me shoot him in the face.
Which is funny because about an hour before that, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you beat the shit out of him, so he tells you the truth. And now you're, like, back to being, like, whatever. Yeah. And obviously they do it just to give you, like, more gameplay to play.
Mm-hmm.
But they could have come up with a more better script. So, because you're, like, some badass arc hunter just taking out everybody, and this one guy's pushing you around.
Yeah.
But whatever.
True.
But overall, I'm still playing the game. We'll see how it goes.
Good.
It seems like if you continue playing the storyline,
mm-hmm.
there's a lot of hours of gameplay in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, billion of the quests are just a tad bit repetitive, but that's okay.
Well, right, yeah. I have done every single side quest, side mission since I started the game. As soon as I beat a main mission, I do all the side quests. Now, I'm not talking about the racing one or the shooting one or whatever the fuck else is out there. Just what's considered a side mission. And yes, there is some repetition to it. But you know what? It breaks up from the story. It gives me more stuff to mess around with. So I'm still okay with it. Just to tell you where I'm at in the game, I'm about to enter San Francisco,
Oh,
which I'm really
okay.
excited
So you're a
about.
good bit south of where I am now.
Yeah, just
Nice.
small.
Just a touch.
Yeah,
A lot of space there to go travel to.
yeah. Okay, so the one thing that does get me about Defiance is that sometimes you go on the side missions or main missions to the specific areas, and there's a chance that while you're exploring, you walk through those areas and you actually complete everything that you're supposed to do. And that, of course, you just get like oh, this is a chance encounter credit for it, and
Yeah.
then you'll like 30 minutes or 2 hours later do the
Yep.
exact same fucking thing. You're like, I've already done this. Like
Yeah.
literally, I've gone from here to there, and I did everything, and I barely survived. Why the fuck do I want to put myself through it? But you know what? At the end of the day, more money, experience, and then you get your special item.
I do have one request in the game.
What's that?
Is okay, how they have loadouts?
Hmm.
Like, I wish I could
Oh, I know.
disable
Yeah,
loadouts.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't need any more than 2 loadouts in the damn game.
Have you found out? Is there a way to switch between loadouts, or do you have to do it in the inventory screen?
Yeah, I haven't figured out a way.
Damn.
I just, yeah, their mechanism of doing loadouts is just
Hmm.
absolutely stupendously stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't figure it out till last night
Hmm.
that I should have to equip my ego skills.
You have not been doing that.
Okay, I assumed like any other MMO in the world that passive MMOs just kind of magically work because they're all passive. So I'm like, yeah, pick an ego skill. Of course, it's just gonna do stuff. And then I look at my character screen. I'm like, wait a second.
What are all these empty boxes for?
Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me? So after I figured that, I'm like, wow, that's just dumb.
Yep.
But whatever.
I do, I do like the fact that you start at one big ego skill and then all the passes are around it, and you've got to unlock it to basically, kind of like chain it up there to unlock the other things. I like that, but at the same time, I I kind of wish that I wish there was at some point in the game where you could have 2 major ego skills equipped. Now, of course, you could change it in your loadout, but I would probably never do that.
The only thing I would do is I'm also thinking about actually doing a full ego
Hmm.
reset and get recon, or
Hmm.
not recon, decoys.
Hmm.
Because the problem is, I found at least, is that because stealth takes like, a second or two to actually stealth.
Well, it's because if you're still taking damage, it's gonna bring you back.
Exactly. And I'm finding a lot, especially against the higher level enemies,
Hmm.
like my stealth never takes full effect because they're still firing at me with their freaking automatic weapons.
All
And
right,
so half the time,
you can't stealth around the Volg. Okay, you can't do it. Once they've spotted you, you dead.
yeah, I figured that out a long time ago. I'm not talking about Lloyd, I'm just talking about like the 99ers, even against them. Like I try stealthing and it's like half my stealth is wasted by just trying to zigzag so they stop hitting me so I can actually get into stealth. So that's my only annoyance about stealth. It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
but, oh well. So that's why I'm only wondering if using the decoy in later stages might be more useful potentially.
Right. Right.
So that's my game of the past week. I've been playing that. Yes.
Nice. Nice.
So maybe next week I'll have played a little bit of FTL.
Sweet. Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about? So last Friday, almost a week ago, I had the privilege of interviewing a gentleman by the name of Gabe Mahaley from High Res Studios. He took time out of his busy schedule to stand in a parking lot at North Point Mall to give us an interview, and it was a lot of fun. Now, of course, Gabe being from High Res, if he wasn't doing his job right, he would not have caused the following to happen. But I just re-downloaded Smite, and I'll probably check it out again because he's like, man, it's awesome, it's so cool, come play. And and look for my character, because I'll definitely game with you to help you out. I'm like, oh, damn it, sucking me back in, stupid MOBAs. But anyways, it was awesome. This past Tuesday was also another Georgia Game Developers Association meetup. I apologize profusely for not actually writing up about it beforehand. It was very interesting to. It was kind of like, what would you want in your ideal environment for your work environment, and then also if you had to share building space, what other kind of organization would you like to be present within there? Like, if you're a gaming company, would you like, like a video company in there, an attorney, a psychiatrist that's basically sharing the building with you? I mean, what would be in your mind more beneficial? I, of course, had a QA testing house,
Hmm.
because I'm sure you could probably just go here, there you go, have a
That's
nice
true.
day.
What are
But
you drinking
anyways,
over there,
huh?
sir? What are you drinking over there?
Bad stuff.
I don't understand how you sleep at night.
I sleep well, thank you very much. That's upside down.
If I were to drink that shit like right now, like I would not fall asleep until the sun comes up.
This will extend uh, my um, awakenedness for an additional hour and a half.
Like I don't drink soda after like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh God, if I did that, I'd be asleep in about 45 minutes.
See, I won't sleep if I drink soda after like 2 or 3.
Ju-
I'll
Uh,
just wait and make a bed.
my wife can't drink coffee after 3, or she can't go to sleep at night.
Yeah, oh yeah, I don't drink. I have my 1 cup of coffee in the morning,
Mhm,
which I try to be done with by lunch.
mhm. Oh,
I wish I could drink.
speaking of which, I have your coffee
Oh my gosh,
container.
I didn't mean to ask about that. My dad's kind of annoyed. He's kind of pissed off about that actually.
I have it. It's
That's
in my
actually my
basement.
mom's, and he's been asking, and like literally every single time, like I'm not talking to you, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, I need to ask Charlie about that coffee cup. I
Yeah,
never actually think
it's
to ask you about it when I see you. So
it's here.
I'll let my dad know that Charlie stole it from me.
I yeah, yeah, me steal a coffee cup. That'll be the day.
Have you ever thought of like actually getting an addiction to caffeine? It'd be much cheaper than that energy drink stuff. Or sorry, an addiction to coffee.
I hate the taste of coffee.
That's why I said acquiring the taste.
I'd rather acquire the taste of a unique beer or a nice cigar than acquire the taste of coffee.
I'm thinking of like the cost of that versus like your Rockstar energy drinks. It's much cheaper to mainstream coffee than it is energy drinks, just saying.
Yeah, well,
Just like how many more video games you could play or afford to purchase if you drink coffee instead of energy drinks. Trying to help you out here, man.
no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's unfortunate.
Can't do it. Shoot,
There was a time you couldn't drink carbonated beverages either.
I know. I had to learn in order to stay alive in school.
Fair enough.
Yes, I was that kid when we were growing up that was, oh wow, you don't drink any carbonated beverage? You're awesome.
Oh, I
And
remember that.
then
My parents loved you.
I
They were like,
know.
you should be just like him.
And then they would notice that all their orange juice, all their milk, all their chocolate milk, or all their apple juice was gone by the end of my stay, because I was a constantly thirsty individual, and I still to this day have a very hard time drinking just water. It's got to be a special occasion for me to drink just water.
I drank just water at school all the time.
Well, you're in Minnesota. If I were to drink just water in Atlanta, I'd probably already be dead.
I know the water where I've lived wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's gotten worse.
You make it sound like there's a ghost in your water supply line.
No, it's probably fecal matter.
Oh, yummy. It's all we need.
Hey! In all seriousness, folks, you know, let's get back on the gaming track here. There are a shit ton of games out there that are just dying to be played. I had the opportunity to meet up with quite a few independent developers at this previous Georgia Game Developers Hangout um, that happened in Doraville at Games That Work. Um, and there's some really cool stuff that's potentially coming down the pipeline. Of course, I can't talk about anything I saw right now, but hopefully in the very very near future, I will have awesome information from a couple of Ultra Confusion fans to give to the masses. So yeah, but
Yes, I'd love to hear more about the stuff in the pipeline and what's going on.
indeed, um, I will tell you this. I If you are an individual who wants to develop games, there are so many freaking um, uh, uh, um, fuck, what do you call it?
Resources?
Well, yeah, resources, but there's also I don't want to call it dummy programs, but it's basically like it's a built sandbox that simplifies stuff so you can basically get the feel of creating a game. And then, of course, if you really want to make a real game, you want to you're probably going to want to build from the ground
Is
up.
there like a really popular one for games specifically? I feel like
Well, I mean, there's Unity, which is really more of a graphics engine, but definitely has a lot of. It's very geared towards a first-person shooter.
Mhm.
Um, so there's Unity. There's I think it's 2D Box. I think
Mhm.
that's the one that a lot of Android developers, early Android developers, I mean, beginner Android developers are utilizing because it's
Gotcha.
easy to pick up. It kind of takes some of the background stuff away. Um, but yeah, I mean, shit. The sky's the freaking limit. You know, if you aren't a good game programmer, build a board game that's got the same principle and show it off to somebody who might have a programming background, and before you know it, shazam, the game has come to life.
If only I knew how to program or create games, I could Shazam.
Don't look at
And
me. I could create games, but I have retired from programming.
you're done with that part of your life?
I think so, unless I get so inspired. But I think
No,
unfortunately,
you never know what may happen.
yeah. Now, of course, in other Ultra Confusion news, the continued promise of a comic coming. I promise it's that
Shazam!
someday we'll have a comic.
That would be crazy, man.
I have doodled a couple just random pictures, but other than that, I've not. I haven't. My tablet's not even hooked up right now. My drawing tablet's not even hooked up.
No, it's feeling like all like lonely and stuff, man.
I know. I almost broke it out, but I've just been so super busy with all the confusion, and then my other job, and then family stuff as of late that I just don't have the true time to sit down and draw out stuff. And of course, I've also got that wonderful issue of wanting to overly multitask. I want to do the Ultra Confusion stuff. I want to do the videos. I want to do review the games. I want to do the footwork to get us in the door for more studios. I've got my 9 to 5 job. I've got the family stuff. I want to write a story. I want to draw a comic. Um, you know, Sadly, exercise has not been on that list in a long time, and I need to get to that. But I will tell you this: I was so pissed off today that I actually exercised just a little bit.
Just a little bit by accident.
Well, I had to it was either that or start punching walls, and so I decided exercising was probably a better use of exerting energy.
Very nice. Way to accidentally exercise. Maybe you should, go out and run a mile.
Oh, I don't know about that. Anyways, we're gonna wrap up the recording. We'll stay on Twitch for just a little bit longer, but thank you for tuning into the Ultra Confusion hangout for myself, Charlie, and Zelius. We'll see you next week.
And remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.